make sure you get with you doing your own research for due diligence for. There's a website called airdna.com. That's a really good website to get a subscription for a few months, so you can have an idea of numbers, what's being done on the area that you want to open your Airbnb, and then I would reach the town, the city, and see what the rules are from them, hear from them what the rules are for short-term rental, and finally make sure that whatever you offer is way above and beyond what everyone else is offering. That's the way to stay afloat. Then there's an array of things to say, from how to start to how to keep yourself doing well. But basically, one great tip, that's a pro tip for sure. It's even if your rate is $500 a day, you want to start super cheap so you can get quick reviews. Mm-hmm. Because let's say if you offer for $100 a day and you're losing money, but the problem is you want people to have feel like they're getting a lot more than they're supposed to, but they don't know you charge a lot less than you will in the future. So the reviews will come great. And that way, everyone else that's paying $500 will look at you and say, oh, this is really worth that much, and they get your business going.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Investor Fuel podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Kesil. Today I'm joined by someone I've been looking forward to chatting with, Alberto Jara, who's been making serious moves in the real estate space. Really glad to have you on the show, Alberto.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, everyone. It was nice to be here.
Good. Glad to have you. I think the
Appreciate the opportunity.
I think the listeners are really going to take something away from how you're approaching fix and flips and Airbnb rentals and all of the knowledge that you have. So let's dive into that.
Okay, great. Yes. Well, mainly I was, started doing real estate as a real estate agent. And, soon I realized that I could have, start buying homes and get them fixed and flip them. And I just, the real estate market in the Boston greater area it's so strong. We have a huge deficit of homes here. The inflow of people coming to this area is huge. So it's a good place to be, and good opportunities. They always present themselves in all different neighborhoods, honestly. So, but in 2018, I started doing, 2019, I started doing, I did the rental arbitrage. So I rented a house I was actually a 2-family, and I started renting an Airbnb, Booking.com, Vrbo, and all the other platforms. I realized pretty soon that it was a good business, opportunity to be in our area, especially because realistically, we have a peak season that starts in March, goes all the way to November. So December, January, February, there's low months. All the other 9 months are pretty good. And especially now in the summer is, it's huge. So we'll decide to
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
to start, we started rental arbitrage and eventually start buying homes and fix them. But instead of selling them, we put them in Airbnb, and this business opportunity I started just doing it after I realized that we could do, instead of selling the house right away, we could create a LLC for each home, and that way be it its own business. So we'll rent it on a platform for short-term rental and keep the house for 2 years. That way we have a track record of, revenue, which usually goes from anywhere from 100 to 200,000 a year in each home, depending on how much of, where it's located and all this, type of revenue, type of home we have, who we're trying to reach for, for hospitality, for guests. And but it's been worked great. And so we can sell the home not only for the real estate value, but also for the business value. So this has been worked very well for me. We can usually sell a home for about 10 to 20% higher than the selling price, just based on the income brought. So that's pretty much a summary of what we do.
Yeah, that's great. So what has been like the key to keeping your business running smoothly?
I think your cleaning crew is your main, It's just because they're your eyes. You don't want to be in every property all the time. So you want to make sure that your cleaning crew really understand the complexity of hosting people. It's just not make sure the house is clean, but also make sure that everything's working, that I test the TVs all the time, the connection is good, that the curb appeal is still pretty good. There's no trash outside, it's just, you know what I'm saying? So everything's up to par. The way it's supposed, like when you travel somewhere, especially come to Boston, being such an expensive city, you wanted to present yourself well. So we've been doing quite well in that sense.
Yeah.
So that's super important. I mean, for me, it's number one, because your cleaning crew is your eyes, so, and also, secondly, have a good maintenance team, because you want to be able to, because if you have a good eyes, but you don't have good arms and legs, then it doesn't help you. Because you want to have these people, your maintenance team, to be at the house if you have a problem super fast, because we don't want to waste 1 or 2 nights because you want to fix, a leaking toilet. You know what I'm saying? So having a good maintenance team, it's super crucial. So I usually have a bunch of people there, so I can probably 5 or 6 plumbers, 5 or 6 electricians. So one of them will be available to go to one of the homes to fix the problem.
Yeah, that's important. So how did you get started with this? How did your first rental property journey begin?
Yeah, I was doing, like I said, I was doing real estate as an agent. The Airbnb became as some sort of opportunity that my brother-in-law pitched it to me, that he was doing in Europe. And I look into it, and I figured that a not so risky way to start would have been by doing as a rental instead of buying it. But I soon realized the money was there, to be made, of good service. So that's basically how I started. And I already had 4 homes going to COVID. So that was tough, because all our reservations got canceled, no refunds were made, and we ended up having to.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Rent the homes through by bedroom to people that needed to have, locals. They need to live in transition and such. And that was a nightmare to manage. People that don't know each other, roommates type of situation. So it was tough because obviously it was monthly payments, so not so good of a payment. But we resist that. And then once that was done, the tourism became rebound strongly, as you remember, probably in 2022, I believe. So we enjoyed that phase for a year. And now I feel like just the strong will survive. You have to offer a lot now. Guns are the day where you could just put a mattress somewhere, rent your bedroom. That's no longer an option. They expect Hilton service in a home,
Yeah.
So Four Seasons, batting and such. And so there's so many things that we adapt throughout the years. And I like the high end, though. The high end luxury, it's better. It's a better, niche to be.
Yeah, that makes sense. Absolutely. So what are you most focused on scaling next?
So now I want to, we bought a land in Japan, and has a rundown hotel there. So we're going to go into, hotels in rural America, So we also bought a piece of land in Texas, and we want to do some kind of like cabin, modern Nordic style, mini resort, if you will. So 10 units spread on land with some, a little lake. Just some to people enjoy. There's few rules they have to abide by when you do something like that, because obviously we're not doing a resort on itself, but so we have to have some sort of like a satellite city within 15 to 20 minutes. So they have access to great dining and great, some activities, bars, restaurants and such, movie theater, but you still want to be in the rural side of America. Land is cheaper, especially, Texas, Florida, Maine, New Hampshire. Those are a few options we're looking to do it too.
That's exciting. Amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty busy.
Yeah. A lot of the listeners are maybe newer into the investing space or looking to level up. And so is there any educational tips or advice that you could offer people who are starting out?
I'm going to talk about myself. I think for me, the biggest hurdle was, the money to do down payment in the finance part of things. I always kept my credit super good, but the problem is it gets to a point where, these larger projects, it's beyond your credit, so I guess, investment is getting investors on board. It's a good thing. I'm getting some investors on board some of these projects. Just, you can do it all on your own, and so I think that the biggest hurdle is, probably you can, get with friends and family. That's probably a good idea. And make sure everybody's on par with what you're doing and just be transparent about everything. It should work well.
Yeah, absolutely. So everyone has a moment in business where things maybe got more real. Maybe you had a deal go sideways or you had to pivot fast. Would you mind sharing one of those moments for you?
I think the biggest one I already mentioned to you,
Yeah.
the one that I can come to my mind, is COVID. That was awful. I literally had $75,000 in reservations canceled overnight. So, what are you going to, we work with a lot of future reservations. To give you an idea, I have probably now $175,000 in reservations from tomorrow until October 15th, So imagine all that money going away, in 90 days, 60 days. So, I had to think fast. Well, in order to stay afloat while this whole thing was going on, we had to make sure we keep the properties afloat by having people in them, So I rented each room for $1,500. Because think about it, they were nice properties. Here in Boston, a one-bedroom apartment is easy $2,500, $3,000. So a month. A bedroom of $1,500 at that time, it was still a good deal. $1,250, $1,500 depends on the property and size. Didn't make any money. Had to deal with a lot of aggravation, but it worked.
Yeah.
A little while. Yeah, so that's what happened.
Yeah.
During that period.
That's the stuff people don't talk about enough.
Yeah. You want to forget about that. I don't blame them.
Absolutely. So what is the next big goal for you?
I think we'll be moving out of the Airbnb space, going to hotels. That's what we're doing now, but there's nothing running yet, but we're looking to doing that. That's in Japan will be a challenge, but in Japan, everything is much cheaper. And I find there to have the opportunity to do more of the boutique hotel type of situation. It's right by the Mount Fuji, so it has a beautiful view, inexpensive land, inexpensive, what do you call, labor, so I think everything's going to work pretty smooth there. I'm
Yeah,
hoping.
that's exciting. What,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Been to Japan?
I have not, no.
Yeah, Japan is awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what makes you want to transition into the hotel space?
I think it's just there's more opportunity for revenue and less aggravation with regulation, because I'm sure you've heard about it, but a lot of cities around the world are banning Airbnb altogether. Barcelona, New York City, and others, and it's just the ones that you still be able to work on is just it's becoming harder and harder to fulfill the regulations. I think whoever is in that space and can stay within the regulations is going to make money. It's our case now, but I just feel that's the time for us to move to just bigger and greater things.
Yeah.
Hotels will be just a natural, if upgrade.
Yeah, and what did you have to learn in order to be able to have a successful business in this industry?
I think I'm super practical. I'm not the kind of person that likes to be, going around the subject for too long, but so in hospitality, people, expect you to be able to answer them quick and just really tend to their problems, so their desires and requests and expectations even, so that was one thing that I learned, to be just more patient, more participative when their requests.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Going to hotels will be less regulation. You're going to be in a hotel zoning, so I think it makes more sense for the next steps, at this point.
Yeah, that's exciting and big. So I know a lot of people are earlier on in this journey, and it could be supportive for them to hear this. When it comes to building relationships and growing your network, what do you feel has made the biggest difference for you?
I think for growing my network, I think it is participating in events, for real estate owners and real estate investors and such. Be an array of different groups and investment groups and events and such all over the place. From Airbnb to multifamily to large apartment complexes to hotels, and I think hotels so far is the best ones, opportunity wise, just because I already do that kind of stuff, number one. And number two, I think is the highest rated, square feet you can get.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
hotels happen to be a very reliable business.
Amazing. Yeah, networking is such an important aspect of this space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So is there any sort of advice that you could offer to someone that has investments, but maybe has never done Airbnb and is curious?
Yeah. Make sure you get you're doing your own research for due diligence for. There's a website called airdna.com. That's a really good website to get a subscription for a few months so you can have an idea of numbers, what's being done on the area that you want to open your Airbnb, and then I would reach the town, the city, and see what the rules are from them, hear from them what the rules are for short-term rental, and finally make sure that whatever you offer is way above and beyond what everyone else is offering. That's the way to stay afloat. Then there's an array of things to say, from how to start to, how to keep yourself doing well. But basically, one great tip, that's a pro tip for sure. It's even if your rate is $500 a day, you want to start super cheap so you can get quick reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's say if you offer for $100 a day and you're losing money, but the problem is you want people to have feel like they're getting a lot more than they're supposed to, but they don't know you charge a lot less than you will in the future. So the reviews will come great. And that way, everyone else that's paying $500 will look at you and say, oh, this is really worth that much, and they get your business going.
Thank you. That's valuable.
Yeah. So maybe 1 or 2 months, charge them a lot less, they're supposed to. That's a really pro tip. Very few people know about this, but I think it would be a good way to start.
Oh, thank you for sharing. So before we wrap up, if someone wants to connect with you, collaborate, learn more, where can they find you?
Yeah, they can find me on Instagram at Alberto Jara, ABERTOJARA _ or they can also look at us on our website, havenhomeshost.com. So it's a good way to connect.
Perfect. Well, listen, I appreciate your time, your story, and perspective. We need more people in this space who are doing things in this right way. So thank you again for being here.
Thank you, Michelle. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And
Have
for those of you that are watching this, make sure you've subscribed. We have more conversations coming with operators just like Alberto who are out here building real businesses. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.